Okay. So in last class, we discussed about how to create database. Okay. Database, how to create database. And we also started SQL language. Okay. Na? We also started this SQL language. And okay. Now, what is SQL? What for SQL is used? Okay. Then, so SQL is mainly used to communicate with SQL server. If you want to communicate with SQL server software, we use a language called SQL language. Okay, then this is used for to communicate. But how you communicate with SQL server? By sending commands. And what is that commands are called? Queries. Query is a command instruction submitted to SQL server to perform some operations over database. Then, and SQL is originally introduced by IBM, and initial name of this language was SQL, and later it is renamed to what? SQL. But even though it's renamed to SQL, but still you pronounce SQL. So pronouncing SQL is wrong. If you pronounce SQL, that is wrong. You have to pronounce what? SQL. You call it as SQL. Don't call SQL. Okay. And it is common for all databases. So SQL server developers uses what language? SQL language. Oracle developers uses SQL language. MySQL developers uses SQL. All developers uses the same language. When language is same, what is the advantage? When language is same. When language is same, what is the advantages? Developers can easily migrate from one database to what? Another database. If you got experience in SQL server, you can work with Oracle database. If you got experience in SQL server, you can work with MySQL. Okay. So developers can easily migrate from one to another. So, so that is the main another advantage. Now, next. Another one, like based on operations over database, SQL is categorized into the following sublanguages. Okay, based on operations, SQL is categorized into following sublanguages. Okay, then what are the sublanguages of SQL? One is DDL, another one DML. Okay, one is DDL, DML, next one DRL, next one TCL, next TCL. So what are the sublanguages of SQL? DDL, DML, DRL, TCL, DCL. Okay. Okay, then can I? Now, what is DDL stands for? DDL stands for data definition language. What is DML stands for? Manipulation language. What is DRL stands for? data retrieval language. Retrieve. What is TCL stands for? Transaction control language. What is DCL stands for? Data control language. So these are the sub-languages of SQL. So data definition, data manipulation, data retrieval, transaction control, data control, the sub-languages of SQL. Okay, then now let's see this here. So, but SQL is what? SQL is, it's a programming language. Is SQL is a programming language? No, SQL is not a programming language. SQL is a what? Query language. SQL is what? Query language. Query language means, queries means what? Commands. So it's not programming language. It is a what? Query language. So it's a command oriented, not program oriented. You take C language, Java. These are all what? Programming languages. But SQL is not programming languages. SQL is what? Query language, command oriented, not program oriented. Okay. Then, so what are the commands comes under this SQL? And the commands are classified into how many types? 5 types. The commands are classified into 5 types: DDL, DML, DRL, TCL, DCL. So then if you take SQL, so SQL is divided into DML, DRL, TCL, DCL. So now SQL is categorized into 5 sub-languages, and the sub-languages are based on what? Operations. Then what are the commands comes under DDL? One is create, another one alter, another one drop, another one truncate. Like these 4 commands comes under what? DDL. What are the commands comes under DML? Insert, next update, next one delete, next match. So this commands comes under DML. What are the commands comes under DRL? One is select. Okay, one is select. Then next, what are the commands comes under TCL? One is commit, another one rollback, another one save transaction. And what are the commands comes under DCL? One is grant, another one revoke. That's it. So these are the sub languages of SQL, and the commands comes under each sub language. SQL is a command oriented, not program oriented. SQL is a query oriented. What are the commands comes under SQL language? The commands are classified into 5 categories. So the commands comes under DDL. Create, alter, drop, truncate comes under DDL. Insert, update, delete, merge command comes under DML. Select command comes under DRL. Next one. So commit, rollback, save transaction comes under TCL. Grant, revoke comes under what? DCL command. That's all. So these are the sub languages, and the commands comes under each sub language. Okay. So if anyone asks you in interviews, if anyone asks you, tell me SQL commands means, give this list. In interviews, if anyone asks you, tell me SQL commands means, just give this list. Sir, okay now? Now. Sir, then. So, next, suppose, for example, if I go to Oracle, the same commands are there, are different commands. If you go to Oracle, same commands are different commands, same commands. But extra one or two commands are there. Okay, na? Extra one or two commands are there. But almost all what's same. 99% same. 90% same. If you go to MySQL, same commands are there. Yes. If you go to PostgreSQL, same commands are there. Yes. So these commands are common for what? These commands are common for all databases. Even if you go to Oracle also, the same commands will be there. Even if you go to MySQL also, same commands will be there. Okay. That is the reason. So in interviews, like what they expect is, they expect whether you got database knowledge or not. Okay, na? Whether you got database knowledge or not. They test the database knowledge. Whether you know Oracle, SQL Server, or some other PostgreSQL is not compulsory for interviewer. What is compulsory is database knowledge is compulsory. Which database you know, that is secondary. Whether you know Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, that is secondary. Okay. Then what is primary thing is database knowledge. But in this, the best one is SQL Server is best. Why? Microsoft. Okay, na? Sir, you complete Oracle. You learn Oracle. After Oracle, what next? After Oracle, what next? No. Okay, na? After Oracle, what is the next? No. You complete SQL Server, what next? Okay, like leave it, .NET, etc. Only database. After Oracle, after SQL Server, what next? You go to MSBI. MSBI is there. Otherwise, Power BI is there. Otherwise, Azure Data Engineering is there. Various options for you. After learning SQL Server, MSBI is there. You can join MSBI course. Not MSBI, Power BI. Not Power BI. You can join Azure Data Engineering. Azure Data Engineering. Okay, na? That's all. But if you complete Oracle, after Oracle, what next means? But tools are there, but they are not popular. Okay. Then, so that is why, like for database, suppose if you want to develop your like career in databases, this is the best tool. SQL Server is the best tool. You got various options after completing this course. Okay, then now, so like see, but before going to these commands, okay, now we'll see all the commands practical. Okay, but before going to this, like see what is create, what is alter, like this. But before going to see this, one must know what is data and what is data definition. Before going to this, one must know what is data and what is data definition. Now let's see this. For example, I'm just giving something like this. Listen first. 1A5000. Tell me what this is. 1A5000. What is this? Is data. Okay, this is data. Then I'll ask, what is 1? What is 1? Number. But what this number represents? Okay, you said number, but what this number represents? No answer. What is A? What is A? Character. What is this A represents? Okay, let it be. Suppose I'll give something, not instead of A. Okay, na? Instead of A, suppose I like something Sachin. What is this Sachin is? Name. Okay, but what is 5,000? Huh? Salary. Yeah. But why not? One is product ID. Like this is A's product name. 5,000 is product cost. Yes or no? One can be student ID. A can be student name. 5,000 can be fee paid by the student. One can be employee ID. A can be employee name. 5,000 can be employee's salary. Yes. So it can be anything. Yes or no? So the data in this form is meaningless because you are not defining what is one. You are not defining what is A. You are not defining what is 5,000. It can be anything. Yes or no? So when it is not defined, it is useless. This data is useless. Okay, na? This data is not useful. This data is what, sir? Useless. So it's not meaningful data. It is what? Meaningless data. I want to store Paris in SQL Server database. I want to store Paris in SQL Server database. SQL Server will not accept. You are storing Paris in SQL Server, but SQL Server will not accept. You have to say like this: Paris is a city. You have to say like this: Paris is a city. If you say Paris is a city, then SQL Server will accept. Sir, understood now? If you simply say Paris, it will not store. You have to say Paris is a city, then SQL Server will accept. What is Paris? What is city? Paris is what, sir? Data. What is city is? What is city is? Data definition. Okay, na? Listen. What is Paris is data. What is city is what? Data definition. Because city is defining what is Paris is. City is defining what is Paris. If I ask you what is Paris means, you answer that Paris is what? City. Okay, then. So this is data. This is data definition. Like similarly, I'll define this data: EMP ID, e-name, salary. Now tell me what this is. Now, what is this EMP ID? EMP ID, e-name, salary is what? Data definition. EMP ID is defining what is one. E-name is defining what is A. Sal is defining what is 5,000. So what this is called? This is called what? Data definition. This is data definition, or you can say data definition, or you can say what's it? Metadata. Data definition, or you can say metadata. Okay, then. So data about the data. EMP ID, e-name, salaries, data. But this data is about this data. EMP ID is about one, e-name is about A, sal is about 5,000. So it is also data, but this data is about this data. So data about the data is called metadata. Okay, data about the data. So this is also data, but this data is about this data. So what is this is called? Metadata. Data about the data. Okay, then. Now, see, sir, DDL commands, let's see, DDL commands acts on data definition. DML commands acts on what? Data. DDL commands acts on data definition, and DML commands acts on data. Okay, na? See, so what I said, if we want to store the data, what is required? You want to store the data. If you want to store the data, first, what is required? Data definition. Without data definition, SQL Server will not accept the data. Yes or no? For storing the data, what is compulsory is definition is compulsory. Without definition, SQL Server cannot store the data. So how to create this definition? First, you have to create the definition. How to create the definition? By using create command. How to create the definition? By using create command. How to modify the definition? By using alter. How to remove this definition? By using drop. How to create the definition? To create the definition, we use create command. To change the definition, I want to change the definition, then alter. I want to remove this definition, drop. Okay, na? Then so truncate like something similar to delete. Okay, so to create the new definition, create. To change the definition, alter. To remove the definition, drop. Next, I want to insert some new data. I want to insert some new data. If you want to insert some new data, then what command we use? Insert command. What command we use? Insert command. I want to insert some new data. Insert. I want to change the salary 5,000 to 6,000. I want to change the salary 5,000 to 6,000. Then update command. This employee is resigned from organization. When this employee resigns, then what we do? Delete. I want to delete this data. Then delete command. I want to remove this data. Delete command. Okay. I want to remove the definition. Then drop. I want to remove the definition. Drop. I want to delete this data. Then delete. Remember one point. DDL acts on definition. DML acts on data. DDL commands acts on definition. DML commands acts on data. Next, merge is also combination of insert and update. It is combination of, actually I'm giving what is what, but every command will see practically syntax and examples. Every command I'll show that practical, but just I'm explaining what is what. Next, I want to see the data. If you want to see the data, command is select. Database contain the data. I want to see the data. If you want to see the data, command is what? Select. Next. Okay, sir. Understood. Now, so then, now, next, suppose, for example, you store the data. When you store the data will not directly go to database. When you store the data will not directly go to what? Database. Initially, where it is stored in temporary memory. What the temporary memory means? RAM. In your system, what is the temporary storage? RAM. When you store the data, it will not directly go to database. Where the data is stored? RAM. Initially, data stored in RAM. Next, you save it. When you save it, then it goes to database. Sir, what is this document? This is a notepad, text file. You're typing some text. At present, where text is saved? Okay, now you're typing some text now. Where this text is saved? This text is saved in RAM. Next, you go to file, select save. When you select save, this text is copied to hard disk. Now it is permanent or not? Yes. Tomorrow, if you open this document, will you find this text? Yes. This is permanent. Same thing in database also. You store the data, it will not directly go to what? Database. Where it is stored? It is stored in temporary memory. What is the temporary memory? RAM. Initially, it is stored in RAM. You save it. When you save, then it goes to database. Yes. But how to save it? In Notepad, you go to file, select save, or press Ctrl S. Then it is saved. But when it comes to database, how to save it? By using a command. What that command is? Commit. What for commit? Commit is for to save. Okay, commit is for save. Then next, suppose I deleted. By mistake, I deleted. By mistake, I deleted the data. I want to cancel that operation. Then roll back. So commit is for save. Rollback is for cancel. Commit is for save. Rollback is for cancel. You know, Control S, Control Z. You know, Control S, Control Z. Control S is for saving. Control Z is for undo. Same thing in database. In database, if you want to do Control S, use commit command. You want to undo, use rollback. Okay. Then, so because in database, everything using commands on. You want to save. You want to save the changes. So commit. You want to cancel. Then rollback. Save transaction is also similar to rollback. I'll give that. Like just I'm giving what is what. Okay. Then now next. Next, suppose for example, like actually suppose I created one database. You can't access my database. Okay. Database is what? Secure. You can't access my database. I can't access your database. If you want to access my database, I have to give the permissions. If I want to access your database, you have to give permissions to me. But how to give the permissions in SQL? By using one command. What is that command? Grant command. So grant is for giving what's it? Permissions. So you want to access my database, I have to give permissions. How I can give permissions? By using grant command. After granting, you can access my database. You can access my database, but your work is completed. Once your work is completed, I'll take back the permissions. How to take back the permissions? By using one command. What that command is? Revoke. Grant is for giving the permission. Revoke is for to take back the permission. Grant is for giving and revoke is for take back. That's all. So these are the different commands in what? SQL. Okay. Then, but question is, where we write these commands, where we execute these commands, where you write these commands, sir. You're all, you know, C language. Huh? Okay, na? That any language is there, but to write the program, to compile the program, to run the program, what you need? Sir, if you go to Java developers uses Eclipse for writing the programs, compile the program, running the program. If you go to .NET, so to write the program, to compile, to run, they use Visual Studio. They use what's that? .NET developers uses what? Visual Studio. And Java developers uses what? Eclipse for writing program, compile, execute. Similarly, to write this SQL commands, to run the SQL commands, we need a tool. What is that tool? SSMS. So where we can write these commands? We can write these commands using SSMS tool. Okay. And so using SSMS tool, okay, using this tool, you submit commands to SQL server. What commands you submit to SQL server? SQL commands. You submit SQL commands to SQL server to perform operations on database. Okay. Then now so then, like here we use SSMS tool, but if you go to cloud, they use Azure Studio. Okay, na? Then okay, leave it that one. Then 1 second, just okay. So first you connect to SQL server. Okay, na? Connect to what's it? SQL server. How to connect it to SQL server? How to connect it to SQL server? To connect it to SQL server, open what? SSMS tool. Open SSMS. Enter server type, server name, authentication, login, password. Okay. Then so server type is database engine, that is fixed. Server name means name of the computer. Server name means name of the computer. Here in this, what is the server means? This is the server. What is the server name means? Name of this computer. How to find out the name of this computer? How to find out the name of this computer? So select this computer icon, right click, go to what's it? Properties. Go to properties. So in properties, like you can find a device name. There is a what's it? Device name. Okay, na? Then select this device name. So copy. This is the computer name. Okay, next. Authentication, SQL Server authentication. Authentications to SQL Server and Windows authentication. If you select Windows authentication, it will not ask username and password. It will not ask login and password. If you select Windows authentication, if I select SQL Server authentication, it will ask what? Login and password. You enter the login SA, enter the password 123. But what is the login SA? SA is created what? Automatically. You don't need to create SA. The login SA will be created what? Automatically. Understood now? So you install SQL Server, you'll get SA login. I install SQL Server, you'll get SA login. Every installation, you'll get SA login. And password is set at the time of installation. At the time of installation, you set the password. I set the password 123. Click what, sir? Click what? Connect. Click connect. If you click connect, so you are connected to what? You are connected to what, sir? SQL Server. You are connected to SQL Server. Then after you connect to SQL Server, next step what? After connected to SQL Server, okay, the first time you connected to SQL Server, after you connect to the SQL Server, create what, sir? Database. Create database. And how to create the database? Already I created one database, DB7am. How to create the database? Right click, select a database, right click, select what, sir? New database. After you connect to the SQL Server, you create the database. Every day you create the database? No, for the first time. Okay, now first time you connected, you create a database for your practice purpose. Every day you want to work with database now. Every day you want to practice the commands. So first time you create the database. So how to create the database? Database, right click, select new database and enter what? Database name. So I'm giving database name DB10. I'm giving the database name DB10. Click what, sir? Okay, one database is created. Okay, na? A new database is created. Creating database in SQL Server is very simple. Okay, then click OK. So when you click OK, a new database is created. What is the name of the database? DB10. That's all. Very simple. Okay, na? DB10. So a new database is created. Next, after creating the database, like I want to perform operations on database. Okay, na? You create a database now. Next, what do you want to do? You want to perform operations on database. You want to execute the commands on database. What commands means? Just now we discussed. I want to execute these commands on database. To execute the commands on database, first to open the database. First what? Open the database. How to open the database? So you want to execute commands on DB10. Then open this DB10. How to open this DB10? Select the database, right click, select what, sir? New query. Select the database, right click, select what? New query. When you select new query, then so it is open. When you select new query, what is opened is query window is open. What this is? Query window. In the query window, you type the commands. Whatever the commands we'll discuss, you type the command, select command, insert command, update command, create command, alter command, whatever the commands I given, all these commands. Okay. So whatever the commands I given, all these commands, you write the command here. Then there is a button here. What is that button? Execute button. Write the command, click the execute button. Okay, na? Write the command, click what, sir? Execute button. So click the execute button. Otherwise use F5. Shortcut key. What is the shortcut key? F5. Okay. Then so write the commands, click execute button. The command is executed. Okay. Then but all these commands are executed on which database? So you write command bar, select command something, select star from something. Okay, na? Then select star from 1 second. So select star from some command. Okay, something like leave it. What is this select star from? Okay, then you execute this command. When you execute this command, where these commands are executed, this command is executed on which database? DB10. Which database is open? DB10 is open. This command is also executed on what? DB10. But you want to execute the command on what? DB7am. To execute the command on DB7am, then what you have to do? Open the database. So select this database, right click, select what? New query. When you select new query, DB7am is open, then write the command here, select command, whatever. Select star from something. Okay, so select star from sys.messages, then click this WhatsApp, execute, and this command is executed on which database? DB7am. So whichever the database you want to execute, first open the database, type the command, click this WhatsApp, execute button. So the command is executed on that database. Okay, then understood? Leave it. What is this command? You leave it. Okay, like then next. So then next, before going to see this like examples, before going to see these commands, okay, then sir, actually see here what is the structure we follow. Like you create what? Then so there is a server, and inside the server what you create? Database. Okay, inside the database what we create? Sir, our aim is storing the data. Why we are creating all this? Storing data. You have to follow this structure. First, server. Server means how to create the server? Sir, server means install SQL server. You install SQL server. If you install SQL server, then this becomes server. Server means install SQL server. If you install SQL server software, the system becomes what? Server. Inside the server, what you create? Database. Inside the database, tables. Inside the table, what's that? Data. That's all. This is the hierarchy you follow. So there is a server. Inside the server, create database. Inside the database, create the table, store the data. Okay. You know this. You know this. Server. Installation of SQL server. You know this. And you know, creating what's that? Database. Next, what we have to see? Create the table, store the data. Create the table, store the data, and perform operations. Yes or no? Then, now, before going to see how to create the tables in SQL server, then what we need is, we need to know about what are the data types in SQL server. Data types in what? SQL server. Before going to see about creating the tables, you already learned creating the database, but inside the database you create tables. But before going to see how to create the tables, first we need to learn data types in SQL server. Once this is completed, now we can see how to create tables. Okay, then. Now, in programming languages, you declare something like this: integer x. Integer x. Tell me, what is x? What is int? X is what? X is variable. What is int is what? Data type. X is the variable. Int is what? Data type. Okay. That means here, see, in programming languages, you use variables for storing the data. In programming languages, we use variables for storing the data. Yes or no? But so you want to store the data. Suppose you want to store the data in X. Okay. But how much memory should be allocated for X? How SQL server knows? How language knows? Sir, you want to store the data, boss. You are using the variable. But how much memory should be allocated for this variable? 2 bytes are 10 bytes are 1 GB na 2 GB na 10 GB na. How system knows? You have to tell. You tell integer. If you tell integer, then it allocates what? 2 bytes or 4 bytes, depends. Okay, na? Then according to data type, it allocates memory. You use variables for storing the data, but when you want to store the data, what is required? Memory is required. But how much memory is allocated depends on the data type. According to the data type, it allocates memory. Then, like in programming languages, we use variables, but when it comes to SQL, we use tables. What we create for storing the data? Tables. We use tables. Like I want to store employees data. I'll create one employee table. Employee ID, employee name, employee salary, employee what's her date of birth. Like I want to store employees data, employee ID, employee name, salary, date of birth, like this. But so how system knows how much memory should be allocated for ID, how much memory should be allocated for name, how much memory should be allocated for salary, how much memory should be allocated for date of birth. Okay, na? Then how much memory is required for ID, name, salary, date of birth. Okay, then how system knows, how SQL server knows, you have to tell SQL server. Okay, na? In programming languages, variables are declared with data type, but in SQL, what are these EMP ID, ename, salary? Sir, EMP is table bus. What is EMP ID, ename, salary? Huh? They are not data types. I'm asking about if EMP is table, what are this EMP ID, ename, salary, date of birth? They are called columns. So table means always you should get. Table is combination of rows and columns. What is this EMP ID? Columns. EMP ID is one column, ename is one column, salary is one column, date of birth is one column. Okay, then. So in programming languages, variables are declared with data type, but in SQL, columns are declared with data type. Okay, then. Now, so what is data type? Then a data type specifies what? One is a data type specifies type of the data allowed in a column. So data type specifies type of the data allowed in a column. Next one, amount of memory allocated for column. Type of the data allowed in a column and amount of memory allocated for column. How much memory is required? Okay. Now, next. So then, now, what are the data types here? So data types are categorized into, okay, data types are categorized into different categories. What that is? One is, okay, one is character types. Okay, na? One is character types. Listen first. First see this. Next one, what's it? Integer types. Next one, float types. Okay. Next one, currency types. Okay. Currency types. Next one, date types. Next one, binary types. So these are the different categories. Character types, integer types, float, currency, date, binary. Once again, first see this. Character types are again two types. One is ASCII, another one what's that? Unicode. Character types are again categorized into two types, ASCII and Unicode. What comes under ASCII? One is char, next one varchar, next one varchar max. What comes under Unicode? Okay, nchar, next nchar, next one nvarchar, next one nvarchar max. This comes under Unicode. So there are three comes under Unicode, then nchar, nvarchar, nvarchar max. This is character types. What the next one is integer types. What are the integer types? Okay, one is what? One is tiny int. Next one, another one what? Small int. Another one what's that? Int. Another one what? Big int. Tiny int, small int, big int. So integer. How many integer types are there? 4. Next one, float. So there is a call what? Decimal p comma s. Okay, decimal p comma s. Next one, currency. How many currency types are there? 2 currency types. One is small money and another one what's it? Then so one is small money, another one money type. Next one, date. So one is date, one is what? Time, another one is what? Date time. Date time, another one date time. Next one, okay, binary. So binary, next one var binary max. Var binary, next var binary max. So these are the binary types. That's all. I'm giving the list. Okay, then I'm giving this list. So these are the different data types in SQL Server. So throughout SQL, we'll use this. Okay, na? So like before going to these commands, you need to know about data types. Okay. Okay, then so this is what the different data types in SQL Server. Okay, then so now let's see one by one, because throughout the course we'll use, because I use money, I use small money. That time you should not get, sir, what is small money? What is money? Okay, na? That's why we'll discuss before going to this. Like first we'll start with character types. In this we'll start with char. The first one, char data type, char size. Then the first we'll start with char. This one. Okay. What is this char? Char allows what? This allows what? Character data. Allows what? Characters. Allows character data. Allows character data. Then next. Okay, then up to what? Allows character data up to 8,000 characters. Allows character data up to 8,000 characters. Allows character data up to 8,000 characters. Okay, then next. Allows ASCII characters. Allows ASCII characters. ASCII characters. Total how many? Total how many ASCII characters are there? You know, total how many ASCII characters are there? 256 ASCII characters. Allows ASCII characters. Total how many ASCII characters are there? 256. That includes what? That includes what is that? What is that? Allows ASCII characters. What are the ASCII characters? Small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9. Next one, what's that? Special characters, special symbols. Okay, then. And next. And it's recommended for fixed length character columns. It's recommended for fixed length character columns. Example. Example. Okay, example. Like, let's see. Listen this. Sir, char allows ASCII characters. What is ASCII? Includes small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9 special characters. That means into this data type, this data type allows only English alphabets are alphanumeric. Alphabets are alphanumeric. Alphanumeric. Okay, it's not alphabets. It allows what? Alphanumeric. Because so it allows ASCII characters. ASCII includes alphanumeric. Char also allows alphanumeric. Don't think that it allows only, because this data type is character data type. It allows only characters. It will not allow numbers. It allows numbers also. It allows alphanumeric. And it's recommended for fixed length character column. What is that? Suppose, let's see example. Name. I'm declaring char of 10. I'm declaring name char of 10. Name char of 10. That means for name, it allows how many characters? 10 characters. How many bytes are allocated? 10 bytes. One character takes 1 byte. So you said 10 and it allows how many characters? 10 characters. How many bytes are allocated? 10 bytes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 bytes. You entered some name. You entered some name. You entered some name. Suppose I entered some name Sachin. This name takes how many bytes? This takes how many bytes? 6 bytes. Because this contains how many characters? 6 characters. It takes how many bytes? 6 bytes. What about the remaining 4 bytes? The remaining 4 bytes are what, sir? Wasted. Extra bytes are wasted. Allocated is 10 bytes. Actual name takes 6 bytes. Remaining 4 bytes are wasted. For second name also it allocates, for every name it allocates 10 bytes. For second name also it allocates 10 bytes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 bytes. I entered some name, suppose Ravi. Then what about the remaining 6 bytes? Remaining 6 bytes are what, sir? Wasted. That means in char data type, extra bytes are wasted. So in char data type, extra bytes are what, sir? Wasted. In char data type, extra bytes are wasted. Okay, extra bytes are wasted. So it is not recommended for, variable length fields, and it is recommended for, fixed length fields. It's not recommended for variable length fields. It is recommended for fixed length fields. Char is not recommended for variable length fields, and it is recommended for fixed length fields. Okay, then. So tell me, sir, name is variable length or fixed length? Name, variable length or fixed length? Variable length. Person to person, name, number of character changes or not? Yes, person to person. Some name contains 10 characters, some names 5 characters, some names 4 characters. Person to person, name, number of characters varies. So name is what? Variable length. So don't use char for variable length. If you use char for variable length, what is the problem? Memory wastage. Char is not recommended for variable length. Char is recommended for fixed length. Example for fixed length. Tell me example for fixed length. Tell me example for fixed length fields. Huh? Mobile number is completely numeric. Like example for fixed length. Okay, na? Example for fixed length is like gender. Every gender contains how many characters? 1 character. Gender is what? Fixed length. Like another one, state code. State code is, every state code contains what, sir? Not state name, state code. Every state code contains 2 characters. In India, every state code contains what? 2 characters. Yes or no? AP, MP, MH, UP, TS, TN. Every state code contains 2 characters. How many bytes are allocated for state code? 2 bytes. Actual state name also contains how many? 2 characters. Any memory wastage? No memory wastage. Allocated is 2 bytes. State code also contains 2 characters. Any memory wastage? No memory wastage. So state code is what, sir? Fixed length. AP, TS, MH, like that. Next one. Another one. What is the another one? Country code. Char of what, sir? 3. Every country code contains what? Okay, na? Then every country code contains what, sir? 3 characters. IND, Next one, USA. Okay, then ENG, like this. Every country code contains how many characters? 3 characters. Country code is what, sir? Fixed length. State code is what? Fixed length. Next, sir, if you want another example, like another example, PAN number, PAN number, PAN card number. PAN card number is fixed length or variable length? Huh? Fixed length. Okay, na? Now, PAN card number is alphabets, numerica, alphanumeric. Alphanumeric. PAN card number is alphanumeric. Okay. Then can we use CAD data type for alphanumeric? Can we use CAD data type for alphanumeric? Yes. So then declare what's it? CAD. CAD. Alphanumeric is, sorry. PAN card number is alphanumeric. I can use CAD data type for alphanumeric. So, but PAN card number is fixed length. That's why I'm using CAD data type. Then how many characters? 10. 10, no? Every PAN card contains how many characters? 10 characters. That's all. So these 3 are examples for what? So these 3 are examples for fixed length. But in these two are completely character. But PAN card number is what, sir? Alphanumeric. So I can use CAD data type for alphanumeric. Okay then. Now next. That's all. This is about CAD data type. Okay then. But it is not recommended for variable length fields. Then what is used for variable length fields? What is recommended for variable length fields? What is that is? Varchar size. So SQL server is basically given to one use it for fixed length, one use it for variable length. If your data is fixed length, use CAD type. If it is variable length, use varchar type. So varchar size. Now next, this also like what? Allows character data up to what, sir? 8,000 characters. Next one. Yeah. Allows what, sir? ASCII characters. Allows ASCII characters. I already given what is ASCII is. Okay. Next one. And it's recommended for variable length fields. Okay. Example. Name is fixed length or variable length? Variable length. So it's recommended, varchar is recommended for variable length. Varchar. Suppose what? 10. Sir, what is 10? Size. What is 10? Size. And the size can be maximum up to, if I declare 20, accepted or not accepted? I declared 1,000. Accepted. I declared 5,000. Accepted. I declared 8,000. Accepted. I declared 10,000. Not accepted, because maximum can be up to 8,000. So, but for this I am declaring 10. Okay. Name. How many bytes allocated for name? 10 bytes. One character takes 1 bytes. It allocates 10 bytes. Okay. Na? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 bytes. You entered some name. Sachin. This Sachin takes how many bytes? 6 bytes. What about the remaining 5 bytes? The remaining 5 bytes are what, sir? Not wasted. The remaining 4. The remaining 4 bytes are what, sir? Released. The remaining 4 bytes are released. Extra bytes are what, sir? Released. But in case of CAD data type, extra bytes are wasted. but in varchar exabytes are released. So that's why it is recommended for variable length fields. Now next, another name. For another name also it allocates what? 10 bytes. You entered some name, suppose Ravi. This takes how many bytes? 4 bytes. What about the remaining 6 bytes? The remaining 6 bytes are what? Released. Extra bytes are released. That's all. So this is the difference between char and varchar. Okay, in varchar extra bytes are released. So this is recommended for variable length fields. In case of char, extra bytes are okay. Then okay, next. So for state code, which one you recommend? Char. State name varchar. State name is variable length. State code is pixel length. Country code char. Country name varchar. Okay, then so varchar. Next, like suppose here, then like this one, PAN card number char. Char is recommended. PAN card number. Vehicle number numbers, what's that? TS08, suppose EF something 1 2 3 4, like this. Vehicle numbers are like this. Vehicle number is alphabets, alphanumeric. Can we use char and varchar? Yes, we can use, but fixed length, variable length. Vehicle number is fixed length, variable length. Sometimes maybe this is fixed bars. TS is fixed, 08, some this is fixed, but this code sometime only A, sometimes A. Okay, na? Understood? Yes. So like then, so this is what? Variable length. Then you can use what's that? Varchar. Okay. Now, but here it allows up to how much? 8,000. My text contains more than 8,000. My text contains more than 8,000. I want to store more than 8,000 characters. Then to store more than 8,000 characters, then what we have to use? Varchar, what's that? Max. Varchar max. The only difference is then size. That allows up to 8,000, but varchar max allows what's that? Allows that. Allows character, allows what? Character data up to what? 2 GB. Allows character data up to 2 GB. So what is the difference? What is the difference? Size is the difference. What is the difference between varchar and varchar max? Varchar allows up to 8,000. Varchar max allows 2 GB. You can store huge amount of text in what? Database. Okay, then. But this is fixed length or variable length. It's recommended for variable length fields. Exabytes are released. Okay, same like varchar, similar to varchar, but only this size is different. It allows up to 2 GB. Okay. What is the next one? Next one what? Nchar, nvarchar, nvarchar max. Sir, char and varchar allows? Char and varchar allows what? Char and varchar allows what, sir? ASCII characters. Total how many ASCII characters are there? 256. What are those characters? Means small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9. But so NCHAR, like 1 second. NCHAR, next, what? NVARCHAR, next, NVARCHAR max. NCHAR, NVARCHAR max. Okay. What is here? N stands for? Here N stands for national. N stands for what? National. Then okay. Then so what is this? Then what is this types allows? Okay, these are also character types. Allows what? Unicode characters. Allows Unicode characters. Total how many Unicode characters are there? Total how many Unicode? 65,536 characters. Total how many Unicode characters are there? 65,536 characters. What that includes? That includes what? All, what's that? All ASCII characters. It includes all ASCII characters. ASCII characters how many? 256. All ASCII characters, and characters belongs to what? Different languages. Characters belongs to different languages. Characters belongs to different languages. Okay, na? Characters belongs to what? Different languages. Okay, then it allows Japanese symbols, it allows Korean symbols, it allows Chinese symbols, it allows Arabic symbols, it allows Hindi symbols, Telugu symbols, Tamil symbols. It allows characters of what? Different languages. But ASCII allows only English alphabets. Char, varchar max allows only English alphabets, but NCHAR, NVARCHAR max allows characters of what, sir? Other languages also. Like suppose, for example, sir, in database, okay, na? Then like leave it. What I'm doing, you leave it. Then just to, okay, then just to show the what are these characters I'm executing this. Then, sir, here you see this here. You see this here. You see this. Then, what are these? What are these, boss? What are this? These are all characters of what? Other languages. Maybe these are all characters of some Chinese, Japanese, Korean. Okay, characters of other languages. So if you want to store these symbols in database, then which data type you have to take? If you want to store these symbols in database, which data type you have to take? NCHAR and NVARCHAR. Okay, you want to store only English alphabets, then char and varchar is enough. But if you want to store the characters of different languages, other languages, then compulsory you have to take what's that? NCHAR and varchar. Okay, then. So that is the difference. NCHAR is fixed length, NVARCHAR is variable length. NVARCHAR max allows up to 2 GB. Whatever difference is there between char and varchar, same difference is there between NCHAR and NVARCHAR, but only difference is, so char varchar allows English alphabets, but NCHAR and NVARCHAR allows characters of different languages. That's all. That is the only difference. Everything is same. Then, okay, na? Understood? Now, next. So, next one. What the next one is? Integer types. Integer types. Integer types. What is integer types? Allows what's it? Allows what? Like fixed point numbers. Allows numbers without what? Decimal. Numbers. Allows numbers without decimal. Okay, then. Now, so in any language, numbers are two types. Just see, 100, 100.50. Numbers will be like this, 100, 100.50. What is these numbers are called? Integers. These numbers are called float. These numbers are called integers. These numbers are called float. Numbers without decimal are called integers. Numbers with decimal are called float. Okay, then. So first we'll discuss integer types. And SQL Server supports 4 integer types. SQL Server supports 4 integer types. One is tiny int, small int, big int. SQL Server supports 4 integer types. Okay, then. So, and this takes how many bytes? Means 1 byte. Small integer takes 2 bytes. Integer takes 4 bytes. Big integer takes 8 bytes. Tiny int takes 1 byte. Small integer takes 2 bytes. Integer takes 4 bytes. Big integer takes 8 bytes of memory. Okay, then what is the range of tiny int? 0 to 255. Range 0 to 255. What is the range of this? So, like which one we use depends on the range. 0 to 255. Then, if the value is between 0 to 255, then which one we use? Tiny int. Next one. So, like small integer minus 32 768 to 768 to 32 767 minus 32 768 to 32 767. Okay, then if the value is between this range, use small integer. If the value is between this range, use what? Use like use tiny int. Next one. So suppose here, then now next one, integer. Okay, na? Integer. So what is the range of integer? No need to remember, just like, okay, then. Once again, because one can't remember this, then. Then. So like integer range is this. Okay. Okay, na? This is the integer range. Okay. So actually, see, then, sir, here Integer means how many bytes? 4 bytes. 4 bytes. 4 bytes means how many bits? 4 bytes. 4 bytes means how many bits? 32. 1 byte equal to 8 bits. Total how many bits? 32 bits. But 1 bit is reserved for sign. 1 bit is reserved for sign. So total how many? 31. Actually 32 bits, but first bit is reserved for sign, plus minus. Then what is left? 31 bits left. So what is the range of this one is? This is the range. Okay. Then so like 1 second. 2 power. This is power. 2 power minus 2 power 31. What the range is? Minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. Minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. This is the range. Why 31? 4 bytes means 32 bits. But first bit is reserved for sign. How many left? 31 bits left. So minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. What the range is? This is the range. If the number is between this range, you can use integer type. Okay. Then so 2 power 31 is this now. Minus 1 means 648 minus 1. Then 647. Okay na? Then next. What is this is big integer? Big integer. Big integer. 2 power 8 bits was 8 bytes. 1 byte equal to 8 bits. 8 bytes means how many bits? 64 bits. First bit is reserved for sign. How many left? 63. 63 left. Then what is the range of this is? Like what? What is the range of this is? Then so this is the big integer range. This is the big integer range. Like no need to write, like just you write. If you want to write, you can write 2 power minus 2 power 63 minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. Minus 2 power 63 to 62 power 63 minus 1. So this is integer range. Okay. Then okay na sir. Then so 1 second, just a minute, 1 minute. Suppose here, like I want to store age in database. I want to store age, person age. Which data type you recommend for age? Tiny int. Because age cannot be more than 255. Age cannot be more than 255. Yes or no? So what is recommended for age? Tiny int is 1 byte is enough. Okay na? Then because it cannot be more than 255. I want to store employee ID, but employee IDs are ranges from 1000 to 2000. Then employee IDs ranges from 1000 to 2000. Then small int. Okay. Then I want to store Aadhaar number in database. I want to store Aadhaar number in database. Sir, Aadhaar number contains how many digits? 12 digits. Yes. Which one? I cannot use integer also. Yes. I cannot use integer. Integer contains how many digits? 10. But Aadhaar number contains how many digits? 12 digits. Then which data type? Big integer. Okay, Aadhaar number contains 12 digits. So which data type? So I can't use this one. I can't use small integer. I can't use integer. Integer allows 10 bytes. Sorry, 10 digits. But Aadhaar number contains how many digits? 12 digits. So then which one I can use? I can use what's that? Big integer. That's all. Okay, now which one we use depends on the value. Okay, and remaining data types we'll see that in the next class, and we'll start creating tables storing the data in the next class. Okay, they will they will create Google Classroom. The notes will be added to that. Okay, na? Maybe today or tomorrow they'll create it.
Character data types. We have varchar, right? Varchar, suppose we are giving 10 length, and we are using five length, 5 digits. So remaining 5 are released. We are mentioning the length. Then why we are mentioning the length? No, you're telling that the allocated one we use. Some 5 is yours, another is released. What is the need of giving that?
Initially, how much should be allocated?
Automatic it will be released. Unused one.
Initially, how much should be allocated? Initially, how much should be allocated? Suppose allocate 10 bytes, 100 bytes, 1 GB, how it goes?
Automatically it will be released. No.
That's after entering. After entering.
Okay.
Initially, how much should be allocated?
Okay. Suppose tomorrow my data comes up more than 10.
More than
And then
size.
Then again I have to modify it.
Size to 20 also.
Again I have to go. Another doubt is, you told like in data definition language, the DDL commands are used to like rename the DDLs, means column names and all. Axon DDL. When we do a truncate option, truncate table, then the data will get truncated, but not on the effects on the definition. So that but definition doesn't match here.
Actually, even though truncate acting on data, but it should not come under the because it's not going to the data, it will not delete the data. It goes to the memory release. It's not going to the data. Delete will go to the data, delete the data. But truncate will not go to the data, delete the data. Truncate will go to the memory, release the memory. And memory releases, the data stored in the memory is also deleted. See, truncate is equal to drop plus create. That's why this comes under so that compulsory then you small digits correct value range లో ఉంటాయి బట్ ఆధార్ నెంబర్ range లో ఉంటుంది కదా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది సో అందుకనే బిగ్ yes you can ask so yes and it will be useful for others this others but you are in the class master no problem yes అంటే యాక్చువల్గా క్లాస్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు సో దాని బ్యాక్ చేసేసి Express from January. చేసినాను కాలా సార్ వాళ్ళు ఏదో మనకు వస్తాం సార్ యాప్ మళ్ళీ ఎస్ఎస్ఎంఎస్ కూడా డౌన్లోడ్ చేయమంటారు అది కూడా అయినాక చేత కదా సార్ అదే మీ లింక్ చెప్పినదంటే అసలు అది లింక్ తోనే రాలా సార్ యూట్యూబ్ లో చూసి చేసినాను సార్ లింక్ తో లింక్ చూపిస్తుంటే దాన్ని ప్రైవేట్ వెబ్సైట్ మాదిరిగా చూపిస్తాను సార్ ఓపెన్ కాకుండా అందుకని మామూలుగా యూట్యూబ్ లో చూసినాం సార్ అది ఎట్లా చేయాలని యూట్యూబ్ లో చూస్తే అది డెవలపర్స్ ఇంకోటి సార్ దాంట్లో కూడా మనకి ఈ యాప్ ఏమో ఇన్స్టాల్ అవుతుంది కానీ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ దాంట్లోకి వెళ్ళదు వేరే వెబ్సైట్ లోకి వెళ్ళి డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటారు క్రోమ్ లో వస్తుందా క్రోమ్ లో కాదు అనేది వెబ్సైట్ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ లోకి వెళ్ళి నువ్వు డౌన్లోడ్ చేయాలి వేరే దాంట్లో డౌన్లోడ్ చేయాలి వేరే దగ్గర ట్రై చేసుకుంటాం అవును సార్ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ వెబ్సైట్ లో డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటాం మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ వెళ్ళి వేరే దాంట్లోకి వెళ్ళి క్రోమ్ లోకి వెళ్ళాను సార్ డైరెక్ట్ క్రోమ్ అనేది డైరెక్ట్ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ అవును సార్ వెళ్ళాలి మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ మీద వేరే సైట్ వెళ్తే ఇచ్చాను కదా కాపీ చేసి ట్రై చేశాను సార్ వాళ్ళ ఒకసారి తీసుకురా ఉంది సార్ రైట్ చేయి దానికి ఓకే అది క్లాస్ రూమ్ ఓకే ఓకే రైట్ చేయి రావు అనుకో ನೀವು ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ಮಾಡಿ 10:30 ఓకే 10:30 ఇరుంగా ఓకే ఇరుంగా ఓకే
సార్ ఇంకా క్రియేట్ చేయలేదు, చేస్తాడు ఈరోజు చేస్తాడు, ఈరోజు చేసేసి యాడ్ చేస్తాను. అదే వాళ్ళు చేస్తారు ఇది, ఓకేనా? మీ మెయిల్ అడ్రస్లో లేకపోతే మీకు లింక్ పంపిస్తారు, చేస్తారు. ఓకేనా? యా